Okay, so we'll go ahead and start in. If you want to start by sitting on a block, feel free to do so. Otherwise, find a comfortable seat without. I'm going to start cross-legged today, but if you want to sit up onto your shins, that's also a good option. So we'll start first with the palms resting face down on the knees or the thighs, and we'll allow the eyes to softly close. First, take a moment of silence. And now do your body scan. From the top down, observe how the physical body is feeling today. What sensations are you experiencing and where? How is the mind doing today? Check in. And now observe the breath. How does it feel as it enters and exits the body? Now let all of that go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Continue a few rounds on your own. After your next exhalation, allow the breath to come back to a natural rhythm, happening on its own without force or reservation. So today our focus is going to be the concept of concentration. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, it is said that concentration on a single subject, or the use of one technique, is the best way to prevent obstacles and their accompaniments. So let's take the mind chatter, for example. Earlier, when we had our moment of silence, it's likely that the mind started getting busy or the monkey mind started happening. That's one obstacle we come across in yoga often. And its accompaniments include stress, anxiousness, and overthinking. But by concentrating on the breath, we're able to calm the mind and hopefully get rid of this obstacle and its accompaniments. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to move one breath per movement, except for a few poses occasionally that we'll hold. But really today I'd like you all to focus on your breath the most. Let that be your object of concentration to help quiet the mind. Now allow the eyes to softly open if they're closed. And we're going to start with a little breath of fire. So we're going to interlace the hands, rotate the wrists to press the palms forward, straightening the arms. Let the shoulders melt down away from the ears. We're going to start moving slow, in and out through the nose. So on an inhale, we'll reach the arms up. And on an exhale, we'll come right back out in front of us. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, out in front of you. All in and out through the nose. And as you get comfortable with this, start to move a little faster. Pretty soon you'll feel like you're forcing the breath in and out. If you feel like your seat's getting a little rocky, try to flex the feet. This will help keep your seat stable. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. And release the arms, close the eyes. Palms can rest face down on the knees or thighs. Observe how you feel. You might feel a little dizziness or lightheadedness. That's normal. We're going to do that again. So eyes open, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Try to avoid looking downwards if you can. Try to look straight ahead. I know arms are getting tired. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and release. Closing the eyes. Pause for a brief moment, letting the arms rest. Open the eyes once again. We'll do one more version of breath of fire. This time we'll place our hands onto the shoulders, and you can cross opposite leg on top now. With the hands onto the shoulders, try to melt the shoulders down away from the ears still. It's so easy to want to go like this and bring the elbows up. Try to bring the elbows and shoulders down. We're going to start slow and then speed up. On an inhale, we'll look over to the right. And on an exhale, over to the left, all through the nose, almost like you're on a swivel. And then you can start to move a little faster as it becomes comfortable. If you get dizzy gazing side to side with the arms, you can keep the gaze forward and just move the arms. Three, 2, 1. Slow down to a stop. Close the eyes. Release the hands. Observe. Softly open the eyes. Hands back on the shoulders. This time we're going to inhale left, exhale right. Here we go. And as you twist, you might even feel like you're forcing the air in and out. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Slow down to a stop. Release the hands. Close the eyes. Now allow the eyes to open. We'll all roll off onto our hands and knees. We'll start first with our cat-cow to warm up the spine. Palms directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips, and toes can be tucked or untucked. Whatever you normally do, do the opposite today. Inhale, we'll gaze forward and up, belly drops down. Exhale, round the spine. Keep going with your own breath. Allow the breath to be your main focus as you move through. Sometimes the mind likes to wander, so focusing on the breath can really help keep the mind focused on one thing, keeping the mind calm. Today, when we move through some poses, we might end up doing a little flow, and I'll try to find some moments of silence during those flows to help you really focus on your breath and notice if the mind wanders. Now, if your toes are tucked, untuck them, or vice versa. If they're untucked, try tucking them as you continue to move. And now we'll come back to a neutral tabletop position. Walk the palms forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. For this first downward facing dog, feel free to pedal out the feet, shake the head yes and no, Or even come to plank, then back to down dog to pop out the wrists. Right now we're just doing what feels good. So do what serves you in this downward facing dog. Now return back to your stillness, downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, lower back knee down. And now we'll interlace the hands, placing the palms face down on the thigh. Bend deep into the front leg to stretch out the front of the left hip. Scissor the thighs together to come out of it. Frame the front foot. Step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, lower back knee down, interlace the fingers, placing the palms face down on the thigh. Bend deep into the front leg for now. Stretch out the front of the right hip this time. Scissor the thighs together, frame the front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Now we're going to come into what's called down dog kriyas. We're going to bring the feet together, mounds of big toes touch. On an inhale, we're going to come into plank pose. On an exhale, start to bend the knees out towards the sides, keeping the feet together. Sending the hips back like a down dog frog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to this down dog frog looking thing. Do this one more time slow. And then once you have the hang of it, we're going to move faster, just like we did with our breath of fire. In, out. But this time you can inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Keep going. Keep going for 3, 2, 1, and come back to your downward dog. Both legs straight, feet together. Bend the legs, hop forward to meet the hands. Fingertips come to the floor or shins. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow down, head and neck release. Root the feet down. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms sweep up. Exhale, stand Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward, releasing the head and neck last. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, plank pose. Lower halfway down, Chaturanga. Inhale, straighten the arms, untuck the toes, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, exhale. We're going to come back to those down dog kriyas. Bring the feet back together, mounds of big toes touch. Inhale, plank. Exhale, your down dog frog thing. Keep going, moving faster and faster. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Come back to down dog, legs straight. Widen the feet out to the outer edges of the mat. Heels might even be able to go down towards the floor a little more. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the legs, step, walk, or hop forward to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, head and neck release. Root the feet down. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms sweep up. Exhale, stand Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward, head and neck release. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, plank pose. Press yourself forward with the toes, lower halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, straighten the arms, untuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet are hips width distance apart. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Keep back knee lifted. Inhale, rise up for your crescent lunge. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step the foot forward. Keep back knee lifted. Inhale, rise, lunge. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back, plank pose. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, straighten the arms, untuck the toes, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Either stay here, or if you wish to join me for more down dog kriyas, feet come together. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. If you're joining me, go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Come back to down dog, widening the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the legs, hop forward to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, head and neck release. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms sweep up. Exhale, stand Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, chair pose, seat goes down, arms go up, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, lower halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, straighten the arms, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Either stay here or continue with down dog kriyas, feet come together. Always okay to stay in down dog if this is too much. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Come back to down dog, feet hips width distance apart. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Spin back, heel down. Inhale, rise up to your warrior one. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to right. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to left. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step the foot forward. Spin back, heel down. Inhale, rise up to your warrior one. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back, plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, untuck the toes, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let this be your form of rest. Stay here, catching your breath. And if you're doing down dog kriyas, come back to downward facing dog. Bend the legs, step, walk, or hop forward to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, head, neck release. Seat goes down, arms go up. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. Excellent. You can take a little water break if you need one. And then we'll dive into the next thing. All right, awesome. So now we'll come back into our chair pose. Feet are hips width distance apart. Arms sweep up, seat goes down. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, straightening the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, plank pose. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart, untuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Spin back, heel down. Inhale, rise for warrior one. Exhale here. Inhale. On an exhale, we're going to shoot into warrior three, kicking the back foot up. Toes point down for now to keep the hips square. Arms can be along the sides or alongside the ears. You can even place the hands at heart center if that's easier. Now fingertips come to the floor, bend the standing leg if needed. Now we're going to keep the right fingertips on the floor, turn the left toes towards the left to open the hips, and then either left hand comes to the hip, or you can reach it up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Flex the standing foot, flex the lifted foot, shooting energy out the left heel. If this is accessible to you, you can even bend the leg, grabbing a hold of the foot with the hand. Kick the foot into the hand if you're doing this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release the foot if you have it. Lower the toes down, squaring the hips. Bend both legs to lower the foot back down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Seat goes down, arms go up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, plank pose, lower halfway. Inhale, open the heart, untuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, spin back, heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, come into warrior three, kicking the foot back, toes point down for now, arms along the sides, alongside the ears, or hands at heart center. Slight bend in the standing leg to bring the fingertips to the floor. Turn right toes towards the right to open the hips. Keep flexing that top foot. Now right hand comes to either the hip or it reaches up. If you gaze down, you'll find you have more balance. If you gaze up towards the hand, it'll challenge your balance more. If you're fine here, go ahead and bend the top leg, reach for the foot with the hand, and kick the foot into the hand. One more inhale. Exhale, release the foot if you have it. Turn the toes to point down to square the hips. Bend both legs to lower the foot next to the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, head and neck release. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand, Tadasana. All right, so we're going to do that same thing again on each side, but once we get into our warrior ones, then I'm just going to let you take over. You can just take 1-2 breaths per pose, but again, that was warrior one to warrior three to half moon. So that's what you'll do. Here we go. So we'll all start with chair pose, Utkatasana. I'll lead you there, and then you can take it from warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back. Lower halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart, untuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands, spin back, heel down. Now you do you. To get out of the pose, toes point down first, bend both legs to lower the foot. We all might be on a different time, so just take your time. Once feet are down, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to chair pose, seat down, arms up. Exhale, stand, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hop back, plank, then lower down halfway. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'll let you take over. We might all end at a different time. That's okay. You do you. all meet in a forward fold when we're done with your little flow. When you're in your forward fold, you can bend one leg then the other while we're waiting for everybody to join us. Excellent. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold one more time, head and neck release. Inhale, seat goes down, arms go up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, good. Now, we'll go ahead and grab our blocks. And we're going to place those at the top of the mat. We're going to place them shoulders width distance apart on the highest setting. You might not need these, but we're going to do a standing splits, and I like to have the blocks under my hands for this one. Feet are going to be about hips width distance apart, hands either on the blocks or fingertips to the floor. We'll start by placing all the way into the left leg and lift the right leg up. Start to bow the head down. You might even be able to bend the arms and let your gaze look right at your left knee. Right at the standing knee. Try to keep the toes pointing downward. They might want to open to the right. Keep them pointing down, but keep lifting the leg up, stretching out that standing hamstring. Bend both legs to lower the foot back down. Switch sides. This time, left leg lifts. Keep the toes pointing down. Bow forward. Turn to look at the standing knee. You might even be able to bring your forehead closer and closer to it. Bend both legs to lower the foot back down. Inhale, half lift, straightening the legs, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold one more time. Bend the legs. Inhale, rise up to your chair pose, Utkatasana. And stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. Now you can set your blocks to the side. We'll start with some balancing stuff. So we're going to start at the top of the mat, feet hips width distance apart. And we'll bend into the legs, coming into our chair pose. We can start with the hands on the hips for now, though. Now we're going to cross the left leg on top of the right. Maybe you can only cross the thighs once, or maybe you can wrap a second time, tucking the toes behind the calf. Then we'll bring the arms out in front of us. Right arm goes underneath the left. Backs of hands touch or fingertips to the palms. Bend a little deeper into the legs to squat down further. Pull the hands away from the face and up, opening up the backs of the shoulders, the scapula. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm going to leave you in silence for a moment. Gently stand back upright, unwinding. And we'll switch sides after we shake up the legs and feet a little bit. All right, here we go. Arms can go up this time as we sit the seat down. And now we'll cross right leg over left. Maybe once, maybe twice. Now arms come out in front of us. Whew. Left arm goes underneath the right. Backs of hands touch or fingertips to palms. Bend deeper. Squatting lower, pull the hands away from the face and up. Two more breaths in. And out. In. And exhale, unwind. All right, we're going to do that one more time. We're actually going to do what he just did, bringing our elbows down to the knees. If that's not achievable, you could just do what we just did, just finding your balance. And this next time around, when we find our balance, I recommend looking at something that's not moving. It's called a drishti, or gaze point. So if you find something that's not moving, don't look at me because I'm wobbly. Look at like something at the wall or the floor or something. This will help you find your balance. Here we go. Chair pose, Utkatasana. All right, let's see. Was it left leg first? No, right leg first. Yeah, right leg first. Right? Isn't that the one we didn't do? I don't remember. We'll do both. I can't remember. We'll do this one again. Why not? We'll get to the other one. All right, right arm underneath left, backs of hands touch or fingertips to the palms. And again, find your drishti, your gaze point that's not moving. Might even be your hands. Now we're going to try and bend into the legs and bring the elbows down to the knees. Woo. And then come back up. Do that one more time. Woo. Come back up. And one more time. Why not? Come back up and unwind. Ah. Yes. All right, other side. Now we'll get the other side. Chair pose, Utkatasana. All right, left leg over the right, crossing once or twice, and left arm under the right. Fingertips to palms or backs of hands touch. Here we go. Inhale here. Exhale, elbows down to the knee. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale up. One last time. Woo, exhale, elbow to knee. And inhale back up. Exhale, unwind. Excellent job. All right, we're going to take a little breather, but while we do that, we're going to open our shoulders a little bit. So we'll grab a strap, and we're going to make a little loop in our strap. That way we're prepared for later. This loop is going to go around the foot later on. So now we'll just be prepared. So you want this loop to be somewhat small. That way it just goes around the inner arch of the foot and it feels snug on the foot. So you don't want it to cut off the circulation, but you want it to be tight enough to where it's not really going anywhere. But we're not using it quite yet, so you could take it off the foot once you found the sizing. All right, now we'll stand at the top of the mat with feet hips width distance apart, and we'll place the strap in the right hand to start. Extend the arm up towards the ceiling, and then bend the arm, placing the strap behind the back. We'll swing the left arm behind the back to grab a hold of the strap. You can inch the fingertips closer. If you don't need the strap and you can reach the fingertips without, fine. You can set the strap to the side. I try to keep the heart open. It's easy to want to try and round the spine here. Try to stay gaze lifted, standing nice and tall. And feel the feet root down into the earth. So even though the arms are opening, the feet are still grounding into the earth. The quads are active. Glutes turn towards each other. Maybe you can inch your fingers a little closer towards each other. And gently release. We'll switch sides. So strap in the left hand now if you're using it, extending the arm up, then bending the arm behind the back, grab a hold of the strap, or maybe the fingertips if you can. Inhale. Exhale. Find a nice steady rhythm with your breath. Two more breaths. Last one. And release. If you were using the strap, you could set it off to the side for a minute. We're just going to give our arms a little swing. Going to do one more balancing pose. So for this one, we're going to heel toe the feet together. Mounds of big toes touch. We're going to come into a tree pose with a Gomukhasana-like arm. So we're going to turn the left knee out towards the left and place the foot on either the ankle, shin, or help it up to the upper thigh. Avoid the knee, though. And we could start first with the hands at heart center to find our balance, or hands at hips, whichever is easier for you. Try to bring the hips forward a little bit. It's easy to want to stick your butt back in this one. Try to press the hips forward a little, feeling them open. And now feel as though you're pressing the foot into the thigh or shin, and vice versa. The muscles of the shin or thigh are pressing back into the foot. Looking around doesn't make it easy to balance. All right, now we're going to come into that Gomukhasana-like arm. So we're going to reach the right arm up, bend the arm behind the back, and you can either reach for the fingertips like this, or if you want, you can just bring the right or left hand to the right elbow, sending it down. So I'll let you choose your version. Again, keep the heart open, keep the hips open. Okay, now we're going to kind of move into a flow again. So we're only going to release the arms. And now we're going to kick the foot back into our warrior three like we did earlier. And now fingertips to the floor. Turn the toes to open the hips. Come back into your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. Arm reaches up if possible. And maybe even reach for the foot if it's possible. Release the foot if you have it. Turn the toes down. Bend both legs. Lower the foot back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Arms sweep up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, other side. Feet come back together if they've moved away. And now all the weight goes into the left foot. Right foot comes to the ankle, shin, or upper thigh for tree pose. You could start first with the hands at the hips or heart to find your balance and to find your alignment with pressing the hips forward. Once you've found your balance, then you can bend the left arm behind the back and maybe reach the right arm behind the back or just place the right hand on the elbow. One side might be different than the other. So just honor that. Concentration on a single subject or the use of one technique is the best way to prevent obstacles and their accompaniments. So if that mind chatter is coming back, focus on either your gaze point, the breath, or both. Now release the arms. Gently kick the leg back. Warrior three. Fingertips to the floor. Turn the toes out, opening the hips. Right arm reaches up if possible. And maybe you can grab a hold of the foot if possible. Release the foot if you have it. Toes point down. Bend both legs, lowering the foot down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, bow the heart down. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Seat goes down, arms go up. Exhale, stand Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Now we'll do another little balancing pose. Now we'll need our strap. Some of you might not need the strap. Now, dancer pose. Dancer pose is a great pose for not only balance and concentration, but it's also a great way to open up the arm and shoulder, depending on the way you do it. So the ideal way to do it is to have your arm like this, like you're reaching behind your back, just like we were with our Gomukhasana arms. That's the way you want to try and do it. You can do it this way with the arm like this, but as you can see, my arm's rotating in a whole different way, right? So we're going to use the strap to help us get this motion instead of this motion with our arm. So if you guys can grab the foot in this pose, great. More power to you. We're going to start with the strap on the right foot. So again, it's nice and snug on the foot. It's not cutting off circulation or anything, but it's not going anywhere either. And then once you get the strap onto the foot, I'm actually going to have you turn the strap until the buckle is down underneath the foot, like down at the bottom of the foot. It's going to feel kind of weird when you stand down. It's not going to be on the floor for long, though, because then we're going to place all the weight into the left leg, bend the right leg, strap in right hand, and we're just going to bring the strap over the right shoulder for a moment, like a backpack. So now the strap should be on the top of the foot, and your foot's just kind of hanging out. So the first thing we'll do is extend the left arm out in front of us with the palm face down. Now we'll start to find our balance and kick the foot into the strap a little. Now, what you want to do is slide your right hand down the strap until you can get a little closer to the foot. And what we really want is our upper arm in line with the ear. So as you reach your left arm in front of you, if you see this upper arm in your peripheral, try to kick into the strap more until you don't see it. Then we'll start to hinge at the hips, leaning forward slightly. Keep kicking the foot into the strap. And gaze either down at the floor for balance, or if you can test your balance, maybe you can gaze at the left fingertips. And stand back upright. Switch sides. So strap on the left foot with the buckle on the bottom of the foot. Strap in left hand. Awesome. All right, all the weight goes into the right foot, and we'll bend the left leg, strap in left hand. We'll just place the strap on the shoulder for now as we get our balance and our footing. And then maybe we can kind of walk the fingertips a little closer towards the foot until the upper arm can comfortably come in line with the ear. Now we'll reach the right arm forward, palm face down, kick the foot into the strap, then hinge forward. One more breath in, and exhale, release. We're going to do that one more time on each side, so if you feel like you can grab a hold of the foot like that, then feel free to do so. Otherwise, we'll place the strap on the right foot again with the buckle facing down. So if you're grabbing a hold of the foot, you're going to reach your arm up like this, like Gomukhasana arms, arm behind the back, and then you're going to have to try and grab a hold of your foot. So good luck. Otherwise, we're just going to go with the strap if you're joining me with the strap. But going like this, grab a hold. And then we'll kick the strap, or foot into the strap. And then left arm in front of us. Ooh. And if this is just hurting your arm and your shoulder too much, you can always try that other alternative with this way. It's just going to feel a little different in your arm. Good job. Oh my gosh. Inhale. Exhale. Woo. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Okay, other side. Last round. Okay, all the weight goes into the right foot. Bend the left leg, strap in left hand, or maybe you can grab a hold of the foot here. And here we go. Find your balance when you're ready. Kicking the foot into the hand or strap. Woo. Ooh. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Now you can remove the strap. We'll set it off to the side. And good, we have time for one more pose before our final resting pose. So for this one, we'll still need the strap, so just keep it near. And we'll need our two blocks. We're going to place them at the top of the mat, about shoulders width distance apart on the highest setting to start. So we're going to come into a more active version of pigeon pose. There's many different versions of pigeon pose, some more relaxing than others. This one's the more active version. So we're going to start by coming down onto our hands and knees. And we're going to go ahead and grab the strap again. And we'll place it on the right foot again, just like we did before with this little buckle on the bottom of the foot, or on the sole of the foot. And once you have that, you're going to throw this tail of the strap along the right long side of the mat so you can reach it later. Great. You might not even need this, but it's always good to have the option. So then we'll come down to hands and knees and do a tabletop-like position. And then we'll step the left foot forward between the hands. Place your hands on the blocks. You might even have to walk them a little closer. Now we're just going to heel toe the foot over towards the right until we can comfortably cross the leg across the body, lowering the shin down. Then you can tuck the back toes and just kind of inch the back knee back, or you can just keep the toes untucked and just let the foot slide back until you feel like your hips can kind of slide down. Get nice and comfy here. Yeah, and now that's a good example of what I was talking about with the way you rotate your arm. This is a good way to do it, but if you can, try to do it like this. Yeah, I know. But we're going to try and do it like that with the strap. So first we're going to walk the blocks a little closer to the body. So if this is it for you and you're feeling a lot of sensation in your outer left hip, you might just want to stay here with the hands on the blocks. Or if you want to try and take it further, you can now grab that strap, keep the left hand on the block, bend the leg, and start to kind of bring the strap a little closer. And just like we did before, we want the upper arm to be in line with the ear. So walk the fingertips back as much as comfortable. And now try to center yourself a little bit. It's easy to want to kind of lean back over to the left. Try to center yourself. Maybe you keep the left hand on the block, pressing into it. Or if you have the balance, maybe you can reach for the strap with both hands, just like this. Maybe you can even inch your fingers down the strap and grab a hold of the foot. Keep the gaze lifted wherever you are. And we want to try and keep our heart lifted in this one too. So if you are grabbing the strap, try to lift the heart up. A lot of sensation here. Inhale. Exhale, release the strap. Just let the leg extend back. Both hands to the blocks. We're going to press into the blocks. Tuck the back toes. Step back to a downward facing dog. You can have your hands on the blocks or the floor. Doesn't matter here. We're just kind of pedaling out the feet. And then we'll come back down to hands and knees so we can put the strap on the other foot. All right. Once again, buckles on the bottom of the foot. And when you have that, you could throw your tail of the strap along the left long side of the mat. And then we'll bring our hands on the blocks once again in our tabletop-like position. This time our right foot steps forward. Now we'll allow the right leg to cross the body, lowering the shin down, and either just slide the back leg back or tuck the toes and just kind of inch the back knee back a little further until you can rest the hips down. Get nice and settled here. Then maybe you can bring the blocks a little closer to you. If that's not happening, you can always come into a little resting version of this, resting the forearms down. If you're here with me in the active version, we'll now bend the leg, grabbing a hold of the strap in the left hand. And try to bring the upper left arm in line with the ear. And now, once again, try to find that balance in both hips so we're not placing all the weight to the right. We're finding a nice balance. If you're here with one hand on the strap, keep pressing your hand into the block. Or maybe you can grab a hold of the strap with both hands. One more breath in. And exhale, let go of the strap if you have it, extending the leg back. And now we'll move the blocks to the side, plant the hands on the floor, tuck the back toes, and lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. And now you can bend the legs, lowering to the knees. Take the strap off the foot, and you can set all your props off to the side. And once all of your props are out of the way, we'll come down onto our backs. We'll start with the feet on the floor. Arms can be along the sides. So it doesn't matter which side first. We're going to start by crossing one thigh over the other, like you're sitting in a chair, kind of like what we did with our eagle legs earlier. So cross one leg over the other. So it's the thighs that are crossing, not the knees. And now, if possible, reach for the outer edges of the feet with the hands, and then lower the shoulders back down to the floor. Release the feet, let the toes relax. And as you grab a hold of the outer edges of the feet, let the knees kind of come away from the body if comfortable. You should feel a nice little stretch in the legs, glutes, hips, all that good stuff. If that's not comfortable, you can always just stay resting with the feet on the floor. Give your breath permission to slow down. If you have the feet in the hands, release them, uncross the legs, and cross opposite leg on top. Once again, grab a hold of the outer edges of the feet if possible. And lie back down, bringing the shoulders back down, head back down. One side might feel different than the other. So if you need to let go of the feet in this position, that's okay. One more round of breath in and out. Release the feet, uncross the legs, heel toe the feet to the outer edges of the mat to knock the knees in to touch. Notice the mind. Has the mind chatter returned, or has it subsided? If it has returned, what is your object of concentration to help calm the mind? Now open the knees away from each other and extend the legs long, coming into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Allow the heels to come towards the outer edges of the mat. That way the legs and feet can both relax. If you have any props obstructing your space, do a few snow angels to get rid of them. Oops. Just breathe, that's all it takes to be in a place of ease and peace. Just breathe. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. And bring small movements back to the fingers and the toes. In your own time, roll off to one side. Come into a fetal position. Just breathe, that's all it takes to be in a place of ease and peace. Just breathe. On your next inhalation, press yourself up to a seated position. When you find yourself in a seated position, try to turn yourself in a way where you can see this candle that's lit in front of you. You want to see the flame clearly. You can either keep your hands at heart center, or you can keep the palms resting face down on the knees or thighs. But try to allow your main focus to be this flame. Allow the eyes to be softly open, softly gazing. It's okay if you blink every now and then. But allow yourself to just stare at this flame, being mesmerized by it. It's almost like that feeling you get when you're a little sleepy and you can't seem to look away from something. You just end up staring, getting lost. That's kind of what you're doing here. But if the mind is wandering away, try to keep it tied to the flame. What color is this flame? What size is the flame? Does it change? What a gift that we have fire to light up the darkness. If the eyes get tired, it's okay to blink, but try to hold your focus on this flame. Tradak is actually gazing at something, sometimes even without blinking. So don't strain your eyes. Just look at this object, the flame, as long as you can. You'll be able to look longer if you put your mind on the idea behind the flame, like how beautiful it is, what a great gift it is to have. When you get involved in those things, even the gaze will be forgotten. But you will still be gazing without blinking. Don't try to gaze just for the purpose of gazing. Your eyes will get too tired too quickly if you do that. Now allow the eyes to close, seeing the flame in the mind's eye. That was called the Tritaka meditation, the gazing meditation. Now hands can come together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. The light within me sees and bows to the light within all of you. Namaste. Hope you guys have a fabulous night and week. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for coming.